This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 24th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. This is it. This is your last shopping day before Christmas. Yesterday afternoon, just after 5 p.m., the Arundel County Fire Department was dispatched to a blast in Hillsmere. When they arrived, they found about a 45-foot RV fully involved, and apparently it had exploded in the backyard of a home in the 100 block of Spruce Lane. Thankfully, there were no injuries to anyone or anything other than the RV. The two adjacent homes did have some heat damage, and they have not released any cause to this fire. The initial explosion did cause a brief power outage in the area and shook homes all the way from Arundel on the Bay to Annapolis Cove to Hunt Meadow, and the smoke plume could be seen pretty much throughout Annapolis and as far away as Reba, Edgewater, and the Harbor Center. On Saturday at about 10 p.m., Arundel County Police Department, the Southern Division, responded to West Bayfront Road and Southern Maryland Boulevard in Lothian for a single vehicle crash involving a pedestrian. A Jeep Laredo was traveling east on West Bayfront Road, and a pedestrian was also walking east on West Bayfront Road, and the pedestrian entered the eastbound lane directly into the path of the Jeep, was struck and pronounced dead at the scene. The pedestrian, unfortunately, has been identified as Carrie Tung, 37, of Lothian, and the driver has been identified as Edward Bilo, 71, of Dunkirk. Bilo did remain at the scene and cooperated with police. Preliminarily, the primary cause of the crash appears to be pedestrian error. The Annapolis Police Department is investigating an assault that occurred Sunday morning at 1 a.m. A man was returning home and spotted an unknown suspect in his car in the 1000 block of Wells Avenue in the Eastport section of the city. He did confront the suspect, who pulled a gun, pointed it at the victim, and fled the scene. When police responded and arrived, they were unable to locate the suspect. The victim did report that 2 cell phones were stolen from the vehicle. Way back on December 16th, the Annapolis Police Department responded to the 1100 block of Madison Street in Hackett's Harbor House community for a report of shots fired. They didn't find any victims or suspects at that time, but over the last week, they were able to identify both a suspect and a victim. Police have arrested Keyshawn Howard, 22, of Annapolis, and they say that he did fire a handgun at another person. He was arrested on Thursday the 19th, charged with attempted first and second-degree murder, and is being held at the Jennifer Road Detention Facility without any bond. The victim in this case has not been identified just yet, and anybody with any information about this is asked to contact the detectives at 410-260-3439. I've said this a lot this year, but Baltimore. Oh my gosh, more corruption. State Delegate Cheryl Glenn resigned abruptly last week, and she was charged with wire fraud and bribery by a U.S. attorney for the District of Maryland yesterday. She was a driving force behind Maryland's medical cannabis program, and in the indictment it alleges that from March 2nd of 2018 through February 11th, 2019, she defrauded the citizens of Maryland by soliciting and accepting monetary bribes to effect, advocate, and vote on certain bills relating to opioid treatment clinics, liquor licenses, and the expansion of the state's medical marijuana industry. Allegedly, she accepted $33,000 in bribes in exchange for votes on various bills. Glenn, who is 68, faces a maximum 20 years in federal prison for the wire fraud charges and an additional 5 years for the bribery charge. Her arraignment is scheduled for January 22nd at the U.S. District Courthouse in Baltimore. Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman has announced one more hire. Matt Power will be the county's new Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Land Use. He is a former Deputy Secretary for the Maryland Department of Planning back in 2007 under the O'Malley administration. Also under the O'Malley administration, he was the director of the State Stat program as well, and since then he has been pretty much consulting. Power does fill the second Deputy Chief Administrative Officer position that Pittman created in his last budget. And with this hire, the county executive says that his senior leadership team is now complete. In a statement, he said, "I can genuinely say that our administration has attracted some of the top talent in the region to deliver the level of service to our residents that not only will restore trust in government, but also make our county the best place for all." That is about it for the top news today. Remember, there will not be a DNB tomorrow. We are taking the day off. And remember that on Thursday morning, it is a Miracle on Annapolis Street. Want to get over to West Annapolis at about 11 a.m.? The Clydesdales are arriving at 12. The Military Bowl, of course, is on Friday. We will be all over that. I'd like to take this time just to wish everybody a very happy Hanukkah and a very Merry Christmas. I hope you get some time to spend it with your friends, family, and loved ones. Other than that, hang tight. We have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up in just 1 minute.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zacharys for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zacharys. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, December 24th. Yesterday was a great start to the holiday week, and today will bring more of the same with plenty of sunshine and highs in the 48 to 55 degree range. Expect the same tomorrow with highs around 50 across the Annapolis region for Christmas Day, with the remainder of the week likely filled with additional sunshine and temps near or just above the 50 degree mark each day as kids get to enjoy an extended break from school with nice weather that should let them get out and about and enjoy their time off with their new gifts and toys. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and since we'll be off tomorrow for the holiday, Merry Christmas to all, wherever you'll be and whomever you'll be with. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.